guarantee that if you do this, this is what's going to happen. I'm just giving you a rough estimate, right? And so that means that I'm going to get 2 or 3 people, which kind of factor, I'll say in my experience, it's like 20-ish% of customers, so 1 out of 5 will buy something that's significantly more expensive. So customers tend to be fractal, 80-20, right? And so here, I would get somebody to then spend, call it $2,000. And so I'd make, let's just call this $5,000. We can take the average here, $5,000 extra. Now let's add up the difference here. My competitors could spend up to $50 a lead. That was very important, right? $53 a lead is what they were able to spend. But if we're adding ours up, I'm going to get $7,500, $2,000, $9,500, $10,000, now $19,500, plus 5. So I've got $24,500 that I'm making from the same 100 leads. Remember? Which means that my ability to spend is that I can spend $245 per lead at max here. Obviously, I have other costs, et cetera, but I just want to make the math example simple. Compared to my competitor who could only spend $53 per lead. 5x. Not like 20% more or 50% more, but 5 times more. And all of this money, and this is where it got weird, all of this money minus this 5K was in the first 30 days. Which means that if I spent money on ads and I put it on a credit card, and I was able to make $19,500 after I originally just put $2,000 in, I'm getting $8, $9 back for every dollar I put in. And I still have the lead. I still have the customers. I can still sell them Lean by Halloween and Slim for Santa. And I can still sell them semi-private training. I can still sell them other stuff, more supplements, right, throughout the rest of the relationship with the customer. And when you do this, now, let's think about why this is important, why I bring up money models. The guys that I was competing against functionally sold the same product as me. Maybe my trainers are better, maybe my location is a little bit better, but fundamentally, they had trainers, they had access to the same talent pool I did locally. They had to pay their trainers probably roughly what I was paying my trainers. And so how was it that I could outcompete them so clearly? I had a better money model. And so right now, there's probably a version of your business that can generate 5, 10, 15 times more than somebody who's in identical space as you. And I want to push on this because a lot of business owners have very limiting beliefs in saying like, I don't think I could charge them much. I couldn't ask someone to buy supplements 2 days after they bought a membership. Why not? They're going to buy them either way. Might as well buy them from you. But they didn't finish the 6 weeks or they didn't finish the trial. Why would I ask them to buy something else? Because they've had a good experience up to this point. And you make an offer so good they can't refuse. The key point here is it's a deliberate sequence of offers that's structured to generate as much cash up front as humanly possible and maximize the likelihood of conversion into continuity or reoccurring. And if you can accomplish that, and for each of these elements, there's multiple. So like, let's walk through some of the examples here. Their money model. Call it a free trial almost, but a low ticket front end offer that was basically a paid trial functionally. And then they just had a continuity offer on the back end, which was $99 a month, but there was no mechanic. There was no lubricant there. It's just, hey, you bought this thing, you're the end of your trial, do you want to buy the next thing? And what's crazy is that this is how a lot of businesses run. But the thing is that wouldn't it be more compelling if we said, hey, you want to take the $21 and put it towards something? Like that would be more compelling than just saying, buy the next thing. So now let me show you the pieces that are involved in this one. So we had a win your money back as offer 1, which is an attraction offer, which then rolled into a classic upsell, which is the supplement offer. You can't buy X without Y, which then rolled into a rollover upsell, which is how I took the cash that they had here and put it towards membership. The third, which is an upsell offer combined with a continuity offer. And then I did a buy X to get Y, which was the paid in full discount, buy 10 months, get 2 months free, as the offer at the end. Now, are all of these continuity offers? Well, 2 of these are kind of, but the mechanics behind what make the offer compelling is the components of the money model. That lubrication, that reason why, that compelling thing that gets someone to say yes more likely than no, that is what can transform a business. And these are the tricks of the trade that people rarely share publicly. And it's because it's the engine, it's the machine. I've spent the last 13, 14 years documenting all the little things, the little nuances, the how I say this, and then that gets them to say this. And if I present the price like this first, and then I say this, then I get way more people to take it. Those mechanics are what create a money model. Want to hear something insane? My next book, $100 Million Money Models, is finally coming out. Want to hear something else insane? Every single person who shows up live to the book launch event gets a secret project that I've been working on for over 2 years. And I can't tell you what it is, but it's less than a Bitcoin and it's more than an NFT. And every single person who shows up gets one. And what's that? Oh yeah. If you choose to pre-order a copy of the book, there's 4 amazing bonuses that you get absolutely free if you just choose to pre-order it, because it helps my warehouse team out. It would mean a lot to me. You don't have to do it because what's that? Oh yeah, you can show up for free. And so no obligation either way. I would love to see you there, but the free prizes are there only if you show up live. So click register and it's gonna be awesome. And so where does Money Models fit within kind of the universe of the $100 million series, right? The first book, $100 million Offers, teaches how to create an offer so good people feel stupid saying no. Said differently, if you were selling a straight membership, you're gonna lose compared to somebody who's selling a transformation. If you're selling, hey, just come get workouts, versus, hey, we're gonna do a grocery store tour with you once a week to make sure that you know what to buy. And on top of that, you're gonna have an accountability coach who's gonna check in with you every morning to make sure that you weighed in and that you're attending your workout later. And on top of that, you're gonna have a group of people who are just like you, who are going alongside. And we also have prizes for people who are winning. On top of that, we've got meals that you can order through us if you want that are already pre-approved. We also have these supplements that can help you feel better and make this feel less bad as you're doing it. You go through all the different potential issues that someone might have, and we say, how do we flip all of the objections that someone has and make it into an offer? If you don't have an offer, there's nothing you can sell, right? You will sell a commodity. Memberships between 2 boot camps is the same thing. But if we have a transformation, now all of a sudden we have more stuff that's going to be more compelling and more differentiated, which will then allow us to command a higher price. I had to start there because if you don't have an offer to sell, there's nothing I can do. The next is leads, right? So once you have the offer, you're like, okay, I got the thing I'm going to sell. I've got my transformation, whatever your transformation is, right? How am I going to let people know about it? Leads shows you how to advertise, how to get leads, how to get customers, right?